Yeah, thanks for having me. We had UK banks, European banks reporting in the last weeks and more to come this week. And the results were actually quite reassuring in the UK as well as Europe. And as you said, there were very little signs of deterioration in asset quality. I guess there are a number of reasons. With unemployment is still very, very low. And as well, the banks have built up large buffers in the last year. So there is no sign of deterioration either in the UK or in Europe. The big question is obviously lots of debate about net interest income, to your point, and the rate decisions. I think like in Europe, the 25 basis points last week was a bit unexpected, and our economists now expect we've reached the terminal rate. In the UK, our economists expect another 25 basis points this week, and then a terminal rate of another 50 in total, but the market is more expecting more on that front. I think the key thing here is the debate on net interest income, and in Europe we still have margins going up, and I think it's probably going to peak this quarter or next, while in the UK we already started about net interest margins coming down. But I think one of the key things for the banks, obviously we say margins are coming down, but putting this into context, they're still at very quite high levels compared to the past. And if you put this in the return prospect, they're all quite strong prospects. I think the key for the stocks here is to have more visibility on the rate path. And I think that's probably what borrowers as well need. Only if you see rate rises coming to a halt, you will come back and ask for a mortgage. Yes. And I think the data today is probably it's still well below of the 67 approvals, 60,000 that were in the past, but at least it's going in the right direction. Yeah. So I think the fact if there is more clarity on the rate path, that should help banks in terms of the borrowing, but also probably to help, because if you look at the share prices, they're all quite depressed.
Right.
So I think the more clarity on the rate path would certainly help.